if you enjoy what you do, then it's actually not really work. You don't begrudge the time that you're spending on it because you're doing something that you actually enjoy. Finch at the moment is the CEO of the Chartered Institute of Information Security. It's a bit of a mouthful, so we call it CIISec. So what does that mean? Well, we're the professional body for the people that are working in information security and cyber. So what we do is that we help people develop throughout their career journey. We accredit them for their skills and competency, so they get recognition. And we help organisations as well. So we've got things there for every part of the career stage. We work with universities, we work with government, we work with organisations. So we try and work with everybody to develop the profession. Well, I'm the CEO, so I'm leading the team and helping to sort of set the strategic direction. I work with a non-executive board, which is elected by the membership. So it's really trying to realise all of our desires and aspirations to take the profession forward. Actually, when I left school, I didn't want to go on to the university at that point. I wanted to do something where I could be independent and earn money and things like that. So I did go into retail. I started off as a management trainee at Marks and Spencer. That was great in the sense that I was earning some money and I was being trained because I've always had a thirst for knowledge, but I need to be inspired to do things. So that was my thing. I needed somebody to sort of make things interesting for me, and so that was great. So there was an entrepreneurial element there because I worked in stores for 2 or 3 years, and then I moved into the buying departments and worked in terms of getting stock into the stores, and then something called fabric technology. So there was a commercial element there. But then I ended up moving into the IT group, which isn't so commercial. So, and that's how I fell into information security, which is another story. So coming back to running a business has taken me back to what I was learning at probably 18 to 25 years old, basically. Well, yes, there's a story. I got divorced, quite simply, in my late 20s. And I wasn't feeling very good about myself at that point. So my self-esteem was a bit low. And I suddenly thought, well, maybe if I did an open university degree, that might help. And actually, it probably changed my life, doing that OU degree. Seriously, is that I never believed I'd finish it. I'd moved into a place on my own. And I didn't have a lot of money at that stage, so I thought it was something to do in the evenings. And I just became fascinated by it. It's probably one of the reasons I ended up doing security as well, is that it just made me a lot more analytical, potentially, and thinking about things and having to write and criticize and put forward arguments and things like that. So it helped me a lot. I'm not too sure I do very much with my history and European studies degree at the moment, but it changed the way I thought about things. That if you do make a mistake, don't beat yourself up about it, basically, is that it isn't going to make it any better to just keep reliving that conversation. That the only person you're hurting at the time is usually yourself, really, with it. And I think the thing is that you just have to say, right, okay, that didn't work. Let's, try again, basically. But I think a lot of it is actually about understanding you, because sometimes if you're put into a situation that doesn't suit you as a person, then you're possibly going to make more mistakes and feel bad about them. So a lot of it is trying to get yourself into a position where you're doing things that you enjoy and that stimulate you. In many ways, sometimes the first thing is to get a job, because it's always easier to get a job when you've got a job. So in some ways, it's just getting on the ladder. But you don't want to go into something that you obviously hate as well. But I think if you look at where you sit with your friends, there's always like the one person that does all the organisation, that makes sure that, there's a great thing going on. Let's get everybody together. That if that's you, you're a great organiser. If you're the one that always sorts out the problems with people and, is the person that's, really caring, you've probably got great communication skills. So a lot of those skills are actually innate in you already. So you need to have a little look inside what you enjoy doing and the sort of person that you are. I mean, I like people, so I like collaborating. I like talking. So, that sort of goes together. So when I started off in retail, I'd actually had a couple of Saturday jobs, and I quite enjoyed the interaction. I enjoyed the hustle and bustle, so hence the incident management. I love a good crisis to sort out and rush around and sort of, things like that. So there are a lot of skills that you don't have to be trained to do, but are actually in you as a person already. Nothing is ever wasted. If you hate doing something, then learn from it. It's like, I am never going to do that again. I don't want to do that. But you'll find that even if you do something that you don't like, you learn something from it. Even if it's only, I don't really want to do that again. But you'll probably find that actually, when you think about it, I did learn some things out of it, so it's okay. So you need to be adaptable. And again, this is like taking skills, whatever it is that you do, except that you probably won't be doing that in 5 years' time, because the skills requirements change and that you need to change with it, and that be ready for change and embrace change. A lot of us are very frightened of change, but change is good. So be ready for change. And then the other thing is, the last thing is really about the soft skills of working with other people, collaborating and things like that. That if you can get on with people, then that's a really, really top skill, because people like to work with people that they get on with. People like to buy from people that they like. So if you can get on with people, then the world's your oyster.